Finally, here it is, an add-on for Blender that adds a title block to a paper sheet. You can create your own title block from scratch, all within Blender. Let us start. Press the Add Paper Sheet button to begin. As default it is set to A4. For this example I change it to A3 in the drop-down, and I press the Update button. I also set the orientation to landscape. At the same time, the camera is adjusted to the size and orientation of the sheet. In the Options section, you can also change the border offset to another value if wanted. Now the fun part begins. Press the Add Block button, and a block is added to the right bottom corner of your border. The active block is immediately highlighted in the panel. The height and width can be changed. For this block, I add a few vertical sections by pressing the arrow. Each section has two texts that can be changed in the panel itself. Or if you press the Edit Text button, a pop-up appears with all your sections neatly stacked. Let us make some changes already. The width of each section can be changed in the panel. All the sections will automatically have an equal width. But each section can have a fixed width by locking it. Let us do this now for each section. Perfect, our first block is ready. I add a second block, and it is stacked on top of the first one. You see in the panel it is now the active selected one. I give it the same width as the first one, but I change the height. For this block I just need two sections. And I lock the width of the first section to 85. Here I will add some rows. So in the first section I set the rows to 2, and here I can lock the height and set it to 5. The second section I also add 2 rows, and lock the height of the first row to 25. Keep in mind that it is always adding sections, and then rows. If you need a full row, just use a new block. Now for this block, I use the Edit Text button to have my Edit Text window. For the low row I just need the value text, so I change this. Using \n gives the possibility to add multi-text. And I edit the texts for the other fields too. I have changed the text height and position in the panel for the rows. Now I add 2 more blocks, and change them to what my total title block will be. You can always delete a block if needed. Just select it in the panel, and press the Remove button. Or you can change the stack order, by moving your active block up or down with the arrows. And the stack is automatically adjusted. You can still change the orientation and sheet size if needed. The font of the text can be changed for each selected text differently. In the Options section, you load your font. The selected text will be changed to that font when the Apply button is pressed. The visible font in the selector is now the font used when you add a new block. But of course, it can always be changed back. You can also add your logo to the title block. Select your folder, and by pressing the Select and Add Image button, you can select your image. The logo is added to the location of a selected text in your title block. Just use your Blender commands to move your logo and you are done. Now that you have finished your title block, and have your paper sheet ready, you can add your object or part to the sheet and make a render. But I have added a second panel to make kind of a technical drawing. In this example I have prepared an object. I copied that object a few times to create a front, top, left and right view. Now I select my 4 objects and I select my scale. Just like you would do if you create a viewport in a CAD program. Press the button, and the 4 objects are now scaled and added to the sheet. Use the empty to move your objects to where you want on your sheet. Now I can add some dimensions to my different sides. Now I just have to set my scale of the dimensions to the same scale as the objects. So the correct dimensions will show on the objects. The added dimensions will show up in the render. No need to use the compositor or anything else. The dimensions can be scaled, offsetted, shifted and so on. I can change the settings for the dimensions per object, but not per dimension. So the changes have effect on all the dimensions added to the object. It is always possible to add other objects, with another scale, to the same sheet. The toggle button to hide the sheet and title block is useful when adding the dimensions. Now that I have added the dimensions, I can make my render. And this is the result, a technical drawing with dimensions and with a custom title block. All within Blender.